Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I'm hungry. I'll write jokes for food. I wish a philanthropist YouTuber would just give me 10K and not film it. Hey, what the hell happened to you? Mr. Beast, that's what happened to me.
What we do here is go back.
I was gonna be somebody. I was gonna be the... Carl took my job. Carl took my job. It's the worst production I did to make me do. Oh, no. I didn't... No.
Well, it looks like the hammer may be dropping. Mr. Beast, the trial of Mr. Beast is beginning. It looks like I saw Asmongold covering some sort of trial, and I was like, what is going on with this? Well, it turns out, at least it looks like, Mr. Beast is going on the offensive and has hired a $2,000 an hour super lawyer to go after YouTubers making fun of him or reporting on him, I would guess. I'm sending multiple cease and desists to people who are revealing insider information about things that, well, Mr. Beast doesn't want out there. Now, all of this could have went away. Let me just give you the TLDR, okay? Mr. Beast is the world's largest content creator, largest YouTuber by a large margin. His audience is primarily kids, and he had an individual on his staff that decided to, what many people say anyway, abandon his son, or rob his son of having a father, so he could pursue being a woman. Apparently, it turned out that person was also a predator, and using his connections with Mr. Beast to get other men who were identifying as women to give him the old cone gobble, the old knob gobbler, okay? And, well, that's not very good. Obviously, that's not family-friendly behavior. And ultimately, instead of disavowing this individual's behavior, what happened is he came out and said, well, it's complicated. I'm not going to just disavow it. What he should have done is simply fired the individual, said he disavowed the behavior, and moved on with his life. But because that individual happened to be trans, he didn't want to do that. And now he's in a massive, massive mess. Exclusive, Mr. Beast hires a $2,000 an hour super lawyer who exonerated Alec Baldwin in the Rust incident trial as employee who quit after 3 weeks, brands YouTuber a sociopath. All he had to do was fire his buddy instead of letting him, predate on his viewers, his young, gender-confused viewers. But no, he didn't do that. Mr. Beast has unleashed Alec Baldwin's $2,000 an hour super lawyer on a former employee who branded the YouTuber a fraud and sociopath in online videos. The ex-staffer used an alias to accuse Mr. Beast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, of rigging his massive cash giveaway and knowingly hire one of those individuals on the list. YouTube's biggest star has not commented on the claims, but a cease and desist letter penned by the celebrity attorney, Alex Spiro, outs the critic as Dawson French and accuses him of posting misinformation and false statements. The full missive, obtained by the DailyMail.com from Company Insider, goes on to threaten legal action and demand for damages if French continues to post, quote, unlawful commentary under the monikers of Mr. Beast Creative and Dogpack404. When reached for comment via email, French told Daily Mail, Mr. Beast has knowingly kept abusers and creeps on payroll, allegedly for legal reasons, although I think some of them were convicted. Donaldson, known for his zany pranks, philanthropic challenges, and cash prizes, has been mired in controversy after a longtime collaborator, Chris Tyson, was having inappropriate chats with people that were not old enough to have those chats. The same thing that People said Dr. Disrespect did, and he was demonetized from YouTube and ostracized. The exact same thing. The only difference is in this case, it wasn't Mr. Beast, like specifically. He was an employee. But now, as more and more time has passed, instead of just firing the guy, instead of just disavowing him, he stood behind him. And so now it's coming for him. Now the mud is on him because, well, why do you keep defending this guy? Because he doesn't want to offend the woke advertisers who say that because this individual is trans, in my opinion, that he did nothing wrong. Right? And it goes on with saying, here, we'll take a look at this. Here's the lawyer. By the way, all week I'm reminding people, stop giving money to people that hate you. If you haven't yet, download the Veebs app. It's this cool app on your phone that lets you use your camera to scan the UPC of any particular item you might purchase and figure out if the company's woke or not, to figure out if they hate you or not. This is how you win the culture battle. Promo code 4444 gives you a 2-month free trial, although it's only $1 a month anyway. They also added like travel and like hotels and stuff like that on there. Big spending stuff. It feels great to not give money to people that hate you. So Veebs app available on Android and iPhone. Now, superstar influencer gave Chris a boost and promised an independent third-party investigation. Writing on X, I'm disgusted and oppose such unacceptable acts. But he has apologized for his own inappropriate language after an old live stream surfaced of Mr. Beast using phobic slurs, joking about slavery, and making lewd comments about bad baby. Well, Daily Mail understands that Spiro, a partner at Quim Emanuel and whatever, and Sullivan is the man who was entrusted with carrying out internal audit of Mr. Beast Empire, which boasts 309 million subscribers on YouTube and 103 million on TikTok. The star attorney, whose Megabucks client include Tesla co-founder Elon Musk, Megan Thee Stallion, Alec Baldwin, has written several dozen staffers and ex-employees requesting interviews. His report will determine whether the recent troubles at Mr. Beast are an indication of a toxic workplace or merely the growing pains of a young business that has expanded exponentially since it was launched 8 years ago by a 16-year-old. Now, that's probably true, and he's worth nearly $1 billion at this point. But the reason I don't care, the reason I care less is not because I dislike or like Mr. Beast's content. It doesn't, I watched his like Squid Games episode, and I think that's the only Mr. Beast video I've ever really seen. And, I think maybe he is oblivious to a lot of this stuff. But the reason I don't care is because in his apology, in his how we're going to fix things, this, that, and the other thing, right? He said, well, we're going to hire a diversity officer, and we're going to give all of our employees like gender and racial sensitivity training. None of this is required. You just fire a creep, You just fire a creep. It's really not that hard. If one of my employees was using my name to get other people in bed or they were being inappropriate, I would just fire them immediately and say online that the minute I found out about it, I fired them, period. And it would go away. I wouldn't start suing people. Here's a cease and desist final warning. Dear Mr. French, the firm, blah, 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 has recently been retained by Mr. Beast and its founder, Jimmy Donaldson, regarding an unsettling news that you have embarked on a campaign to disparage Mr. Beast as a company and defame Jimmy Donaldson as an individual. Not only are your statements about Mr. Beast and Jimmy Donaldson untrue, they also violate the clear, binding, enforceable terms of your confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement with Mr. Beast dated March 25th, 2024, which you have shown in the videos you've posted. Absent your immediate compliance with the demands specified herein, Mr. Beast and Jimmy Donaldson are prepared to take necessary legal steps to protect their reputation and business. Even then, we have reason to believe that your conduct has already adversely impacted Mr. Beast and Jamie Donaldson, and we reserve all rights to pursue money damages to rectify any and all harm you may have caused. Violations. When you joined Mr. Beast as a trial period employee in March of 2024, you voluntarily entered a binding NDA agreement, blah, 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 blah. You have this, your NDA, multiple violations of your NDA. Mr. Beast demands. It should be apparent from this letter that Mr. Beast takes your unlawful conduct seriously and is committed to getting to the bottom of each and every violation of your agreement during this brief trial period with Mr. Beast and subsequent to your departure. Among other potential claims, Mr. Beast believes your conduct gives rise to claims against you for breach of contract and defamation. Please be advised that Mr. Beast is prepared to seek damages, injunctions, attorney fees, costs of accordance with contract. This just looks terrible for Mr. Beast. It just looks terrible for him. For the avoidance of doubt, because you complained of a lack of clarity in your nearly hour-long recorded termination meeting, Mr. Beast is prepared to take appropriate legal action against you if you do not cease posting and delete all previous posts about Mr. Beast, including Jimmy Donaldson and any specific person currently or formerly affiliated with Mr. Beast, by August 1st, 2024, which apparently he hasn't done. You were first warned about Mr. Beast's intention to seek legal action in a letter dated July 25th, 2024. This is the final warning before Mr. Beast will have you served with papers initiating a lawsuit against you. This would be very bad. That, by the way, this video that he put out has 12 million views. He just released another video 41 minutes ago, too.
This video is going to focus around one instance of SA. I wanted to put...
He is not stopping at all. I mean, I give him credit. I would be willing to bet you that Mr. Beast will now be forced to sue him, especially since he just put out this video. You know, it's going to have 100,000 views in an hour. This video is not monetized. It's for educational purposes. I mean, yikes. Double yikes. This is a lose-lose for Mr. Beast. Suing your former employee only makes you look guilty. I'm not saying it does make you guilty. I'm just saying it makes you look guilty. Perhaps I need to start a competing chocolate bar brand if Mr. Beast's Feastables are no longer family-friendly. What do you know? What do you think? You think Mr. Beast initiating a lawsuit makes him look better or worse? Also, don't forget, get that Veebs app today. Use my code 4444. When they ask you to confirm the number they text you, you get a 2-month free trial. It's only $1 a month anyway. Stop giving money to companies that hate you. It feels very empowering to do that. And this is how you win the culture war.